My goal today is simple. I want to save you both time and money. And I'm going to do that by revealing the 4 biggest fitness and diet fads that you do not need to reach your goals. Having been a certified personal trainer and nutritionist for the last 5 years, I've got a lot of experience when it comes to diet and fitness fads. I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I'm not ashamed to say that I've even fallen victim to a few myself. But you don't need any of this stuff to get amazing, transformative results. And I've proven that with the system that I use to help my clients get results like this, and this. I'm not going to name any company names today because, quite frankly, I don't want to get sued. But before we get into the specific fads that I want to call out, let me quickly explain why I'm making this video and how it's going to save you both time and money. I'm calling out these 4 in particular to make a point. But truth be told, there are hundreds, if not thousands of fitness and diet fads out there. And I hate these companies who sell this garbage with a passion because they're taking advantage of you. Millions of people buy into their stuff out of desperation and out of fear. And because, let's be honest, they're promised a shortcut. So I'll say this right now. There is no shortcut, or at least no shortcut without consequences. Ozempic being a great example of that. Funnily enough, the shortcut, or at least the fastest route to getting what you want, is just doing the hard work. The work that you don't want to do. And I know that because I've worked with so many people who, before they worked with me, spent years trying to hit their goals, trying all of these fads, but they didn't get anywhere. Or if they did, it was only temporary. And before they knew it, they were right back where they started. Because in the society that we live in today, we've been told that money solves pain. And we've been programmed to believe that the more we spend, the better the solution must be. The faster or the easier that it will take us from where we are today to where we want to get to. But that's only true if you invest in the right thing. And then these guys and girls come to me, we work together for 3 months, sometimes 6, and they lose 20, 30, even 50 pounds. They get the result that they want, but more importantly, they get an education on how to sustain everything that I've taught them. And almost all of them say, gosh, I wish I'd just done this sooner. But listen, this is not a sneaky plug for my coaching program. It is me speaking passionately about the fact that the people who sell you this garbage, these fads, are essentially stealing your money. Because when we pay for something as consumers, that is an exchange of value. You give them money and they are meant to give you value in return. But with most of these fads, they're not actually giving you any value. They're giving you a perception of value. But the best way to judge these fads isn't by looking at the fake reviews on their websites or looking at the actors who are paid to model their stuff. It's by looking at how many repeat purchases they get. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, buys one of these fads, loses it, and goes, gosh, that was good. In fact, that was so good, I must remember to spend another £300 on that load of rubbish that did absolutely nothing for me. No one is doing that. So who do I think the biggest culprits are right now in 2024? Number 1 on my list is massage guns. There are so many people out there who go to the gym once, they get a little bit sore, they run home and they spend £300 on what is essentially a dildo. Yes, you are essentially pressing a high-powered dildo to your leg and going, that feels good. And if you've already bought a massage gun, if you're maybe looking at it in the corner of your room whilst you watch this video and you're thinking, damn, I feel seen, then don't worry, because you don't need to throw it out. Sell it on Facebook Marketplace, because there will be plenty of other people who haven't watched this video, who are in the stage before you in the buyer cycle, who will be ready to pay you good money for it. But essentially, these massage guns are designed for high-level elite athletes. And I am pretty sure that Cristiano Ronaldo is not watching this video. But if you are, big fan. The fact of the matter is, most people, and when I say most people, I mean 99.9% of people, do not need these things, especially when they're costing you £300. But again, this comes back to the point I made earlier about perceived value. They're actually being very clever when they charge you £300. I mean, just think about that. £300. You could probably pay for your entire year's gym membership with that. The other thing about these massage guns is people tend to buy one, think, well, I've spent £300, I might as well use it. They use it 2 or 3 times, and then it just sits in the corner of their room gathering dust. The other maddest thing about these massage guns is it actually takes quite a lot of skill to be able to know how to use it properly. And what most people do is they just press it against their thigh and go, yep, £300. And they're like, I'm really trying to justify this spending to myself right now. That's number one on my list because they seem to be all the rage right now. I even see people bringing them to the gym and in between their sets using it. Meanwhile, they've lifted about 5 kg. You don't need a massage gun for that, mate. So instead of a massage gun, what I would suggest that you buy is a resistance band. A decent resistance band, which you could pick up on Amazon, is going to cost you 10 to 20 pounds. And these things last forever. I'm pretty sure if there's a nuclear holocaust, the resistance bands will be around longer than we will. More to the point though, they're going to give you much more value. Because if you know how to use a resistance band, do some basic stretches, they're incredibly useful. Number 2 on my list is similar to massage guns, but maybe even worse. And that is these compression boots. I actually had to Google these. Basically what happened was I saw an acquaintance of mine on Instagram sitting in his gym. And this guy does not go to the gym that much. And he was sitting in the corner of his gym and he'd taken a photo of his legs. And his legs were in these like padded bags essentially. So I Googled what these were and they're called compression boots. Bear in mind again, I've been a personal trainer and a nutritionist for 5 years and I'd never even heard of these. And that's not because I'm bad at what I do. It's because they're totally effing pointless. And guess how much they cost? £300. In fairness to the company, I'm looking at their website right now. They do actually say that their product is for athletes. But I'm sorry to say, and I hate to burst the bubble, but no matter how much you might think you are sometimes, 99% of the people watching this video are not athletes. Or certainly not athletes at a level where you need to worry about spending £300 on compression boots. Both of the first two, massage guns and compression boots, are designed to aid recovery. And I'm all for recovery, but if you're serious about it, here's a few tips that are going to cost you a lot less money, if not zero money, and they're actually going to have a much more profound effect. Number 1, go to bed earlier. Most people are underslept, and the best thing for your recovery is getting enough good quality sleep. Number 2 is to eat more protein. That is quite literally protein's main job. And number 3 is to drink more water. Water acts like a secondary energy system. People don't realize just how sensitive our brains are to dehydration, but if you're just 1 to 2% dehydrated, your brain starts to switch off non-essential processes in your body. And what that looks like in the real world, in real life, is you feel lethargic, you feel lazy, and the lazier you feel, the less you're going to do. But the other huge benefit of water when it comes to recovery is that you have to remember your plasma, what your blood is transported in, is primarily made up of water. And as a result, water is also indirectly involved in the oxidation of your cells. And disease is quite literally defined as the absence of oxygen. So you don't need to spend £300 on a massage gun. You certainly don't need to spend £300 on compression boots. If you're serious about leveling up your recovery, more sleep, more protein, more water. Number 3 on my list is probably the biggest culprit, not just in 2024, but of all time. And that is expensive supplements. And this is 100% where I will put my hands up and admit that I have fallen victim for these myself. I still remember vividly being 14 years old and logging on to my dial-up modem with the finding some dodgy looking supplement company in 2003 and ordering blue protein. Yes, blue. And the funniest part was it didn't come in a tub like a normal protein shake. It came in a test tube. But there I was every morning drinking my test tube of protein. God knows what I was actually having. And that was only the first time I've fallen victim. This has probably happened 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 times to me. So if you've been in the same position, don't worry, I get it. This is where most of the wasted money goes. But the fact of the matter is, in my experience, the more these supplement companies feel the need to market the supplement, the less you need it. Think about it this way. When was the last time you saw a major supplement company advertising creatine or omega-3s or vitamin D or even a multivitamin? Well, the fact is, those are the 4 supplements that I recommend to all of my clients. And if you struggle to get your protein in, then on top of that, I'd recommend a whey protein isolate shake. But aside from that, all these other supplements that they've got listed on their website, all the ones that they put big shiny posters on their homepage for, unless you've done a blood test and found that you've got a particular deficiency, most of these other supplements are promising you the moon and giving you gravel. I have no idea where that saying came from, by the way. I just made that up on the spot. But you get the idea. They're not going to be that useful for you. Just to cover that again, the very simple stack that I recommend to all of my clients, whether they're a man or a woman, whether they're 18 years old or 80 years old, is vitamin D, creatine, omega-3s, and a multivitamin. These are the safest, most researched, widely available, and cheapest supplements that you can get your hands on. But they're not cheap because they're bad. They're just cheap because they're not that sexy. But they're still here. And that's because they're tried, they're tested, and they work. So if you're going to spend your money on any supplements, those are the 4 that I'd recommend. You're actually going to see tangible benefits from them. True story. The other day, one of my best friends messaged me asking if I would recommend creatine. So I told him everything that I've just told you. He went out, bought some the next day, and within 3 days, he messaged me saying that he felt like an animal in the gym. He said he had so much more energy and felt so much stronger. Number 4 on Doug's biggest fitness and diet fads of 2024 are these companies that are telling you they can give you personalized food plans and food allergy tests. I am so tempted to name one of these companies because there's one in particular that are such a bad culprit right now. Should I? Nah, it's not worth it. The doctor who runs this company claims that if you send him a sample of your poo, yes, your poo, his team of experts will be able to score every food from 0 to 100 so that you can make better choices of what to eat. Well, I know 2 or 3 people firsthand who have done this, and from following this ridiculously restrictive advice on their diet have ended up in hospital. Oh, and by the way, I should say that this doctor, he is a legit doctor and without a doubt a very intelligent man, but he is an epidemiologist. In other words, he got his doctorate by researching, investigating, and studying the patterns of diseases. So absolutely nothing to do with nutrition. This is quite a common thing in the fitness and diet industry. People trust those initials, DR. And I am not here to slag off doctors. A lot of my family, right back to my great-grandfather, have worked in public healthcare and spent their entire adult lives serving people as nurses and doctors. 99% of doctors are amazing people. I actually have 2 clients right now who are doctors. But as with any industry, the 1% let the rest down. They use those initials as a position of power, as an easy way to gain your trust, and then an even easier way to missell you some garbage. Truth be told, I'm highlighting this one guy who I'm not going to name and the one company who I'm not going to name, but there are loads of them out there. But any company who is asking you to send your poo off for analysis and then charging you money right now, I would just stay clear of them. In the next 5 to 10 years, that space is going to evolve a lot. And I'm not saying that they aren't helping anyone, because I'm sure there's loads of people who they've helped. But this company in particular are charging you $250 for the initial test and then $50 a month. Sorry, $59 a month. And I personally just don't think that this part of the industry is where it needs to be to justify that price tag. I don't think you're going to get enough of a benefit. And also, I'm not being funny, but what do they do with your poo after they've analyzed it? Call me skeptical, call me a conspiracy theorist. I just feel like this is one big data capture exercise. And I don't know about you, but I'm just not ready to send my poo to anybody yet. The thing is though, right? All of these fads, they start just like any other business. One person with one idea and one product. And in 99% of cases, those people have good intentions. Most businesses typically start because one person had one problem and they found a solution for it, and now they want to introduce other people to that solution. But if that product happens to do well, it's going to attract other companies and then they compete. And as that becomes an industry and it grows and starts to make money, other people start circling like sharks because they want a piece of the pie. They see an opportunity to make a quick buck. And then they make these people big promises about how they can scale their business, make them more money, help them to help more people. And before they know it, their business has been captured. They're on the sidelines and thousands, if not millions of people are getting conned out of their hard-earned money. So the next time that you buy into something related to your health, your fitness, your diet, your nutrition, remember this video. I suppose the biggest takeaway from this video is just to use some common sense. Think logically. Is this actually going to help me? Or am I just looking for another shortcut? In most cases, the answer is going to be the latter. So I'd advise you to save that money and invest it elsewhere. Invest in your health, but invest in the right way. And like I said right at the start of this video, this is not a plug for my coaching program. You're obviously very welcome to apply by clicking the second link in the description underneath this video. But honestly, I'm fully booked right now. So even if I wanted to take your money, I can't. But at least if you hire a good coach, you'll be investing your money, not just wasting it. You'll be getting value and a return on your investment. And it's a great return. You'll live a healthier life, a longer life. You'll have a better relationship with food. And the best part, is that you'll feel more in control because you'll know what actually works. I can't coach you right now, but I can give you a jump start and make sure that you're going in the right direction. So if you're looking to lose weight or build muscle, I can help you calculate your own personalized calorie and protein target for free. This is going to tell you how much you should be eating so that you can reach your goals and so that you can reach them faster. As I said, it's completely free. So if you want to check that out, first link in the description. And what I'll do is I'll send you my recommendations for you, and I'll take the time to explain all your numbers in detail. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I hope you found it useful. I hope I fulfilled the promise that I made to you at the start of the video and saved you time and money. If you have enjoyed it, if you have found it useful, I would be incredibly grateful if you could show your support by smashing the thumbs up button to like the video. And we're all friends here, so leave a comment and let me know which is the worst fad that you've ever fallen for. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my next video. Until then, bye.